Greetings all. Welcome to another night of video in the Veda series. This is episode 24. 24 consecutive days. 6 to go. Yeah, 30 days in April. So 6 more to go after today. And thanks for stopping in and seeing what we're up to. Tonight is going to be finish up a couple of things we started in previous streams. Mostly the design work on this stand because I want to print it for the breaks and makes coasters. I just got to put a leg on it. Change my mind on that, so we're going to take an easier route just to get one printed. And then we're going to work on the Stream Deck XL stand and make up a sheet to send to a buddy who wants one made for his, so he can set the angle, so he can measure it and send me the measurements so I can make something to match. And tonight I'll probably, anyways, we'll talk when we get there. 3D Medic Vents in early again. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in. That's a good thing to do. So I guess what you're kind of saying is you're sort of getting paid to listen, at least. I know how that goes. I do it a lot on other people's streams. So first of all, I got to apologize for messing up forgetting to do the raid at the end of the stream last night. Wasn't even thinking. I'm not used to having many people on the Twitch when I'm streaming. So they were like, what? No raid? In the comments after I kind of did my part of the stream and I was off camera. So I jumped on my phone and did a raid from there. And couldn't find anybody good to raid that I actually know. So we just went and raided Kobalax, and I don't even know if it worked. I kind of think he said it worked, but I didn't jump to the channel quick enough. I'm new. I'll get better at that. But it was real cool to have Chris and all that gang show up. That was kind of neat. Anyway, tonight going to work on some more of this. Hopefully get it out of the way pretty quick. So it's just to review for those that might not have been here last time. I've got 6 of these that were made by Joe at Breaks and Makes in Malta. And he's been making these. They're a combination of the black and the orange part are 3D printed. And then he uses his CNC to do the wooden edges and the back panel. And then, if I get it right side up, he, yeah, that's it. He does his, he laser burns etches his logo in the back, puts some rubber feet on, and then he flows resin over the front to make it nice and shiny and seal it up. And they make great drink coasters. But I don't have a big cool bar to use them on, so I'm going to make a display stand to just put them on display down in my studio downstairs, so they'll be in the background of videos. That's the plan anyways, because I don't have time or need to build a bar. So This is easier. So last time we got the front part where they can all sit in figured out. And I was going to use my more complicated kickstand design, but I looked at it later that night or the next day, and it's just not going to work. So I think the easiest way is just to make a leg that fits in across here to get the 10-degree off vertical angle, because I don't want them leaning back too far. And then it'll just tuck in at the top up here with a tab, just slide in. It should work. They aren't real heavy, so long as it's reasonably okay for beefiness, we should be all right. So take those beams and we'll probably thicken them up a little bit, I think. I think we'll have to thicken them a bit. But they're going to go in there. And that'll work. And then we'll just thicken them up because I've still got to put another leg into them. You can tell I'm still not sure, right? I'd say they've got to be about that thick to make it work. Whatever that is, 2, 4, 7 millimeters. So that's just over 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, that's probably all right for the test run anyways. If it's wrong, we can always do it again. Can always make more. So I think that's okay at the bottom. Sort of. Probably move those, trim those off a bit. And then same at the top. Maybe. I don't know. But maybe we'll chamfer the ends or something. Yeah, there too. Yeah, I think we'll put a chamfer on the end of those. Something about 5 millimeter. Oh, we can do it more. Okay, let's do it 8, 5, because I don't know which is going to be which. Didn't do much of anything, did it? I don't see any difference. Hey there, Mr. Buttrum's here. Boiler Ram, Ryan, man of many names. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in. Should have known when the creepy type music started playing that it was you. Thank you for stopping in, sir. Just trying to clean up a couple of projects tonight that have been kicking around this week. So we started on previous streams. Were you here for the start of these? The stand for the... Ooh, I better fix that. The stand for the coasters. Many names, many talents. I don't know if you're here for the start of those or not. Those are the Breaks and Makes coasters that Joe makes. I got 6 of them and no bar to put them on to just use them, so I'm going to make a display stand. But see what I've kind of messed up here? This is that U-shaped channel that I created last time, flowing it along a curve, and it's wide open on the end. It's not going to print worth a darn. So we'll go up here and just do cap planar holes and say go. That one. And do that one. Turn around, make sure the other end's all patched up. We didn't create any weird geometry of doing that. So this is kind of the plan. Yeah, a few nights ago. I can't remember what night was which. It was one night during the week, I think, we worked on this. And I didn't really want to work downstairs tonight because I'm going to set it up for tomorrow before I go to bed tonight. Well, you missed the CR10 S4 figure out what was wrong. Not repaired yet. Well, it is now, but it wasn't last night. Now the y-axis wouldn't move. The last time I used it a few months ago, it got a bad layer shift in the Y direction. And we switched the wires between the X and Y, did all that to it, and worked it down to the fact that the motor is pooched, and it certainly is. No relation to the pooch, but it's pooched. So now this morning I took while Chris Riley was on doing his stream, I was down there working on it, and I pulled the motor off my S5 and put it on the S4, and everything worked pretty good, except the Y limit switch wasn't hitting. So when I homed it, it just homed X and Z and said, okay, we're good to go. And I'm like, no, you're not moving right. So I took because I had the extender cables in, because it's destined to go into an enclosure. So I had the extender cables. So I took the extender cable out of the line and works fine. Took the extender cable apart while I was watching somebody else's stream later in the afternoon and traced it. And it's shorting out somewhere inside the fine quality cable that Creality sells as an extender. It's got a short in it somewhere. So don't you guys use pooched as a effed up, messed up, wounded, whatever way of describing things? From Screw the Pooch. It's pooched. Anyways, I've never had that talk with him yet. I've saved that one. Non-fam, thanks for stopping in, man. You're going for the record. I think you've been on every stream I've had so far this month, so that's good. Good for you. Thank you. Otherwise, I just talk to myself a lot, which I do anyway. So I think the easy route for this is going to be that I just want to chamfer these bottoms off a bit so they don't. Oh, it did it chamfer it. This is where I wish I was in ZBrush. I think it did chamfer it. No, it didn't. Yeah, let's try that again. Chamfer, and I have 5x8 because I don't know which one. I mean the second one. Maybe I have to chamfer an edge. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. We only get one angle that way. That's fine. Say 5 was the main. Yep, that's what I want. Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was a regional thing and I just you know. You never know, right? Like, I don't know. I never know what the right terminology is. Probably came from a TV show at some point. So, anyways, the good news is that the S4 will probably be back printing again. Probably tomorrow morning, not tonight, but probably tomorrow morning. I'll go park it, find somewhere to put it because it doesn't really have a spot right now. So that's good, and I'll try and find somewhere to order one of those 60 millimeter NEMA 17s or whatever they are. I don't know exactly what they're called, but I'll work it out. I think they're still a NEMA 17. I think it's just that they're taller. So they get more torque. More power. All right. And then if we just quickly, famous last words. Why does that thing? It's 10. All right. Be about there. We'll fix it in post. Where is my other? Oh, there it is. I really should take the time to put those into the left menu properly, pick out the ones I want. I haven't done that yet since the last upgrade, or I lost my last settings because I didn't save them first. Oops. So it'll be somewhere about wherever those two cross. So we'll say about there for now. I messed that up. All right. And then this line is already at 10 degrees off so that it'll be the ground and it'll work, theoretically. If we go from there, down, and that should get us about where I sort of want it to be. And then figure out a good way to wedge that in. Yeah, that'll work. seeing as I want this to print back down on the bed, I might make one more change. Make my life easier. Less support material. All right, so when it comes up here, I kind of want it to do one of these. I want it to go in and go into a 2mm slot, sort of. Sort of like that there. That doesn't go that far. Watch this. Hi there, Roz. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for stopping in. It's morning where you are, right? Overcast South Aussie land. Wow. Well, thank you for being here. Tonight I'm just catching up on some projects that need to be finished off that we started on previous streams. I've got a set of I think this is your first time here, so these are drink coasters that were made by a friend of mine in Malta, and he's selling them on Etsy. And he 3D prints the orange and black piece, and then uses his CNC to do the wood pieces around the outside and the back. Then he laser etches his logo into the back, and then flows resin in over the top to give it a nice smooth finish for the drink to sit on. And I'm making a stand to display them because I don't really have a bar to put them on to use them. So I'm just making up a little stand to display them. It's noon now. Oh, that's close. MJ, thanks for stopping in again. Good to see you. Yeah, this is, for streaming? Oh, StreamYard. Yep, just StreamYard. Oh, other side, pillow, little duck. Yeah, and this is only 720 because I haven't sprung for the 1080 version yet. I should now, but so far I haven't. Is there a link for the shop? There was on the last time I did this. Just give me a moment. I will drop it in the chat. Can you let me know if that went to the Twitch? It says it did, but I haven't got Twitch open to check. So yeah, my problem with Ecamm is that it's Mac only. So then I got to run a totally different rig downstairs. So by using StreamYard, I can use it anywhere on any device I've got. And my upload speed isn't outstanding, and it seems to hold up pretty well. So I kind of like it. Okay, good. Good. Glad the link worked too. Yeah. Nobody needs to see me at 1080, but it would be better for some of the software stuff. When I do more demo, like software tutorial-y type stuff, I should probably, where the steps are important, people need to see be able to read the menus. I'll jump to 1080. But the only other feature at 1080 that's really important is 8 places you can send it to. Well, 3 is plenty for me right now anyway, so yeah, I just can't. Like I run OBS sometimes, and I run XSplit on the 5-camera rig downstairs, and that all works fine. And if it wasn't for a problem on OBS back when I started trying that with my cameras, I would still use OBS on all of them. And OBS I could use on the Mac as well, so it just makes everything tighter. Eventually I'll probably move it all to OBS and quit using the other one. Yeah. BeLive is good too. Yeah, I don't have any of the settings for letting the general public put links in. They're all shut to off, I think. Just in case, because I'm not always real good at paying attention to chat if I get kind of lost in something. So not sure who's even a mod in my stuff. Ryan should be. Can't see it from here. I'd have to jump in and check. I don't mind OBS. At the time I was making the decision of what to use, though, it didn't like my cameras. I had 2 C920s, and at that time, this was 2 years ago now, you couldn't run 2 C920s in the same OBS. It just couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I keep trying other stuff that comes out. I like the way StreamYard works. I like that, I can just pop things in like that and take them out. I like that it can have other people come in. It's flexible. I like that I can put animated stuff on top of it, things like that. So, and I like the way they're doing things. They seem to be a pretty cool company so far. So we'll see how long that lasts. But they seem to be doing things okay so far. Just going to put a little piece on here so that we can be lazy. Oops. Grabbed the wrong one. And that one. Wait a minute. It's got to be taller. Yeah, when I look back on it, it would have been cheaper to just buy a different camera because that was before everything went expensive. Yeah, because you would have to go to the pro level in StreamYard, and it's $50 a month for me, Canadian. So yeah, but Ecamm isn't free, is it? I haven't checked Ecamm in a while. I just hear about it here and there. Photo of my prototype for what? For the stand? No. No, I just measured up the. Let's jump back. No, I've got. Six of the coasters. I just took one and I measured it with a set of calipers the other day when we started this. And just measured across here, drew it up, pulled them up on screen. That's each one of them here. Yikes. Yeah, Ecamm's not cheap either then. Yeah, and then I just drew a line across the bottom to do this that piece. I just drew a line that's kind of like the bottom of Charlie Brown's shirt to fit across the bottom and then I made it into a little U shape for them to sit in with a millimeter clearance. And a little bit more because it depends where those little rubber feet fall, but there's lots of room. They can lean back a bit, doesn't matter. On the display stand, and now I'm just doing the pieces, and then I'm going to make it so it prints kind of that way, laying down, and then on the 3D printer, and then I'll just put the leg in to give it the angle so it can stand up. And they should look real nice sitting on a shelf downstairs. Yeah, unfortunately, well, I mean, I'm gonna say unfortunately it costs money for all this stuff, but it's pretty amazing that you can run a television studio at your house for $50 a month. You can't really beat that, right? Like this shit used to cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode 20 years ago. So you should be proud, Eddie. You should be proud. You know what that Malta stuff is like? They need help. That department. I'm probably gonna pay for that at some point. It's okay. Joe's asleep, right? Okay, let's go a little bit more yet. If I would just remembered to make that longer in the first place, I wouldn't have to do this, but there you go, that'll cover it. That's not really my intention, but if somebody wants one, we'll figure something out. If somebody has a set of those and wants the stand to display them, let me know. I really like the way he did those, and I want to encourage him and support him. He's doing good stuff. So, the ones I chose are all different infill patterns. And I said, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And of course, they had to have orange in them. Saw somebody that did, whose was it he posted the other day that are like a two-tone yellow almost? It looks like honeycomb. So I thought that was pretty neat. So, yeah. Yeah, they do nice. Yeah, I'm not making it for sale, but if somebody wants one, we'll get them one. Even to faraway countries. Actually, I might have a better way to do that. So. I think that should work, right? Take care of that. Let's make it for real. Take care of everything at once here so we don't have any more problems. Looks like crud. So we're going to cut it off, right? Not sure now. All right, let's just make that look a bit better. Eddie, did I tell you that I switched the motor from the S5 to the S4 this morning? And everything works pretty good. Then I found that the Y stop wasn't registering. So the extension cable that I had on there for when it goes into an enclosure, it had a short in it by the looks of it. So I took it apart, traced it, and went, yep, looks like there's a short there. So it was always registering as triggered. So it wouldn't go back far enough. It would just stay within where it thought 0 was, wherever I turned it on. So anyways, took that out of the loop, just plugged it in short version, and it works fine. So that makes another project I have to do, is I have to fix that cable. And go figure, a Creality made extension cable has a bad spot in it. I'm surprised I didn't notice it before, but it could have. Okay, here's something. What if that cable went south during a print during the night, and it wouldn't have done it. Because say the motor could have just sat there and spun, grinding against the end stop, like the frame basically, if there was no end stop. Do it right. Oh man. Okay, can you drop me a link to what I should do? I know I'd like to get rid of the stupid board in that, because it just pissed me off when I opened it up last night after the stream and they were all soldered in. Made another virtual deposit to my swear jar at that point, that's for sure. Stupid thing. All right, let's get this stuff stuck together. Weld those. Interesting way to do it, but okay. Yeah, sensorless homing. Yeah, I don't think that's going to probably happen on this strip. Not on an S4. It seems like a lot of extra hassle. Okay, and that is that wide enough? No, I haven't even extruded it. Man, too much talking, not enough work in here. If I had a boss, they'd be yelling at me. Let's throw that on the hidden layer. So it's out of the mix. Silly easy. I like silly easy, that's for sure. Oh, I guess I still got to do my original thought here, which was to put an extra. You got to keep in mind that I still got like a dozen other projects to do. Is Ryan still here? Did you see that Joe, maker of coasters, is going to be doing some work on a Mark 2.5 next week, starting Monday, I think he said, on the stream. Good daytime watching. That looks bad, but it should work. Did you, Ryan, did you see that Joe, Breaks and Makes Joe, is going to be doing a Mark II upgrade? He had pictures on Twitter today, and I think he's going to stream working on it next week, so should be interesting. Okay, now we got to make the slot for this thing to go in, for this to slide into. This should be fun. Yeah, somebody, I wasn't clear on that, whether somebody else had brought it to him to fix it. Like they'd had somebody do some work on it. I didn't go back and read it to double get the whole story, but I figured I'd find out Monday. But it looks like it'll be interesting at least. And seeing as I've got one that needs some work done as well, it's a good time to watch it, right? Okay, now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do a quick trace around. What point do we get off the bottom of the... Right around there. Should be safe. And up there, and turn that off. Connect it to there. And then we're just gonna turn off the grid snap for a minute. Let's move this close enough to there. It's not gonna matter. Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch, see what he does. Sinner. Are you gonna... You're gonna lose your card before you even get it, man. Are you gonna... Purple. Wow. I think they look good in any color. It's a machine. I know I was pulling designs off Thingiverse this afternoon for doing the adjustable X and Y belt adjusters for the S4. Figure, well, I'm going to have it more apart. I might as well maybe put those in, because getting that belt off was a bitch. So be a lot easier if I could put some slack in it to fix it next time. So I was looking at those. I was like, what color should I do those? And my brain said orange. I went, no, there's no orange really on that except the one little piece that I don't use where the sensor used to be, the run-up sensor. I was like, Maybe some black carbon fiber PET G would be good for that. And I have some coming, so I don't know when it's going to get here. It's coming from BC, so that from Matter 3D. So from them. So when it shows, okay, I'm going to take this curve and we're going to, I don't remember what the icon looks like for offset. Offset it, what do you think? 0.5 millimeter clearance to slide that in there should be good enough. It's deep enough, doesn't have to be perfect. And sharp corners. Let's do round and see what happens. That'll look nice. So that'll be the hole for it to go into. Okay, let me finish this first. I like that it didn't round here, which is the part I got anyways. Right, got them out of order. Things jumped. Sacrilege to have a Prusa without Prusa filament printed parts. Yeah. It would look good in the, what's his sparkly black? Is a Galaxy black? I forget what name they call it. It would look good in that. You're not going to believe this, but I have a spool of ASA. I think it's orange from them. But that I was going to use to make fan ducts with and see if that helps them survive longer. Because I'm kind of rough on them. I have an orange bear frame, and my dilemma is what I'm going to print the plastic parts in. Because orange on orange is going to be kind of too orange. I know I said it, too orange, but it's it'll probably be black. But I debated purple. I thought, or lime green and orange looks good. I think that would be pretty slick. So maybe I'll make a set in Alien Ooze or whatever he calls the PET G version. Yeah, Galaxy Black. And I'm sure it does look really nice. John Mack, how are you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Orange and white like a friggin' creamsicle. Orange looks good with brown too. Now, if I had some of his, does the color shifting, what do they call it? Damn, I should really know this stuff. What's Prusa call their brown that it's like chrome illusion paint where it kind of turns to green or purple or something when you look at it at a different angle? The brown would be good with orange. I think that would look nice. But I was going to use black carbon fiber, but we'll see. The Bear project is pretty far away still. And then I've got, through a fault of ordering, I've got extra rails that I'm going to take one of the acrylic frame machines and bear it. So it's all going to be black, I think, though. Brown Mystic, yeah, that's it. Blue frame bear with black. Yeah, see, that would look good. That's Mystic Brown. I think you're right. I think that's what they call it. When I get closer to that, I'll decide. I'll put in another Prusa filament order and wait forever for it to arrive, because it's like there's an uphill into the wind in a blizzard every time I order stuff from Prusa. So I think the Mystic Brown with the orange rails would look pretty slick, but I'll see. I have to do some more research before I go that route. It's a ways away still. So now if I really quit chatting for a minute and get this done, I can get this ready to print tonight. So where did my... Once in a while when the music comes up, I have to look and see if it's switched channels on me. But yeah, that's still Harris's stuff. So forgot they're doing more vocals now. So all right, so that should be the subtractable hole for that to go in. So if I take this, subtract that, and then move that to the hidden layer for when I have to do it again when it doesn't fit. And that should leave us a little piece. And this one, oops, where did that other one go? We'll get rid of that too. Get it safely out of the way. Whatever that is, we'll get rid of that too. It's the offset one. That should... Kind of worried about what's going to happen right there, but I guess I'll find out if it's still strong enough. It's going to be pretty... there's still material there. It'll be all right. Because when I slide that in, yeah, it'll still be all right. All right, let's do that. Bring this up and get this one off the screen. Now, one quick thing before I try this. Should I live with the support material? Yeah, I think I will. I'll live with the extra support. More support means I have to buy more filament from everybody, so I guess that's okay. So, one quick little point here. Let's just put a little bit of a... Yeah, 1 millimeter is good. Around the... So it gives it a little bit of a angle with the tables in case it isn't quite right. 11 o'clock. Still got time to get this finished off before. Now there is a problem I just noticed. Okay, this tile, this tile, this tile, they lean against this framework, right? They all lean against that. This one, once it leans back, could just fall over. So I'm going to have to throw a little piece in the back there to support it. Just a little vertical chunk, I think. All right. Probably better I caught that now. This is why we do these things. So if I go down about there, all that matters. And just go to there, to there. Do that. What did I have? 5 millimeter chamfer on that. I think. And this time, help support that one, right? Oops. It's gonna go back a notch, correct? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a different angle, but it'll work. Okay, so now we'll save because, you know, that's the way my luck goes. And okay, so this piece can move out and we can export selected to not there to the B&M coaster stand. We'll just call it flag 1 creative naming and make it an STL. Sure, sure, sure. All right, we'll print that up on its side when the time comes. And then this part and this part, this piece, that piece, that piece. Oh, that's just a box. Let's do one thing before we. Let's just duplicate this so that we have a spare. Take care of it later. That way I'll have a snapshot to go back to if something isn't right. I'll still have all the separate pieces because once I weld these, they're stuck. So now it didn't do it. That's helpful. Sometimes one at a time just works better. Oops. Hello. Okay. Let's grab what I need. What I wanted to do. Rain works bad at night. So that should be everybody. And we'll export. We'll call it tree just for fun. And then I won't be printing it on there. How big is this thing? Hold on, let's go back. How tall is this thing all on its own anyways? Roughly. Ooh. Okay, I will be printing it on there. Wasn't planning on that. It's 300 millimeters tall. So it is going to be printing on the Chiron. Huh. That's all right. Luckily, I have one of those. Yeah, we're not doing the watering can. I'm going to buy one for $6. Much easier. Yeah, that's where it's going to have to go. All right. Oh, I forgot the. Oh, wait a minute. We got to go back. I forgot that piece. has to get welded in there as well. Export tree stand. We'll make it 2 just because. And tree stand 2. And we'll lay it down on its back. And we'll take this and lay it on its side so it won't need any support, because God knows we'll be using enough there. I don't care which side is down. What I wanted to do was this. Slide it over here somewhere. Be interesting to see how this thing prints, because one of the problems with the Chiron is that the bed heating part doesn't go right to the outside. So it's like, we'll see what happens, if it'll print right or not. Interesting to see how that works with a 0.8 nozzle, but it'll print fast anyways. All right, print settings, 0.4 layer height. Let's try for 3 perimeters. It probably won't do it. Okay, don't support bridges is off. Detachable. 3 layers. Don't care. Pattern spacing is kind of big at 8 millimeters. Let's make it 4, not 47. And it's gonna be full of support, but 3 and 1. Sure, gyrite, who cares? There's not gonna be much fill in this thing anyways. Just in the big pieces, I guess. Let's see how that's gonna work. Gonna take 5 hours and 44 minutes. And for some reason, it did not put any support material in under the C channel. Oh, wait a minute. That's why. Not from build plate only. So it'll take 6 and change probably. 8. Fine. We'll see how this one turns out. If not, I can at least go and get rid of all this support, but it'll kind of help stick it to the bed better. I'll be using glue, but anyway. All right, let's just put that in the coaster stand. And let's save the project right beside it. That way we can go back tomorrow if we need to. All right, so that's one down. Let's see if we can figure anything for the other one. Now, the other project for tonight is, okay, this is gonna get loud, sorry. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Is this. Which we worked on even longer ago with the stand for the Stream Deck XL. I've been using this one now since a day or two after we did the design on this, and it fits really nice. I haven't put the magnets in it yet. That's what I'm going to look at tonight, is to put the slots in for the magnets so I can try out the magnet idea. But it's the perfect angle for my desk and above my keyboard and everything, and it's working really good. So it's time to go the next level on that, which is to do this part that I didn't do then, which is these little places to slide the magnets into. They're just going to be little like slots that go up in and down into the arms to put the magnets in the right places and the right way, which is going to be fun because they tend to flip and fold each other because they're magnets, and that's what they do. And then I'll print up little plugs to go in those holes to hold them in so they don't fall out. Bottom two won't, but so I just want to pop those holes into that for tonight, and then we got one more thing to do after that. So all I'm going to do for that is, it's interesting, is subtract those and subtract those two little beaver teeth on that one, and subtract those ones there, and this is just the one for my design. I probably will put this on Etsy as it is, but then I'll offer custom ones as well. And that's where the next part of tonight's projects is going to go. So that's all I had to do to that, was just put those in because I forgot them last time. And then I'll make little, always plug the slots. Eddie knows. Always plug the slots. Yeah, I'll make little plugs to go in there to slide in and then put them in. But I'm not going to work on those tonight. My last thing I want to do for tonight is, because I'm not going to print that for another day or two. Next thing I have to do is this. Now, part of the original idea to do any of this custom angle stuff is my friend Michael Daniels runs Tinkering with Tech, Friday night game show, commercial plug. And I made a stand for him when he does demonstrations. He uses his iPad or his phone or anything, and I made him a little angled table, because when he put it flat on the desk and then had the camera pointing down at the screen to show where he was touching on the screen, the lights just glared back. It was, the perfect angle, right? It was always all glared up. So he wanted an angled shelf. So I made him one for his iPad with whatever angle he said he wanted. And he's been using it, uses it upside down to tilt it back the other way to get the glare off it even more. So for his Stream Deck XL, he wants the same kind of thing. When he shows how to use it, he has the same problem because of the damn shiny keys on it. They just reflect back and you can't see what they are. So I'm going to make him one, but I need him to give me the measurements for whatever angle he, like, just, prop it up with pennies or, rocks. I don't care, whatever, to get it to the angle he wants and the height that he wants, and then give me the measurements, and then I'll make a base to fit it with magnets in it. So, and it probably won't have the cool slurpy legs, but because it'll probably be shorter than mine. But anyway, we'll figure that out when we get to it. So I started working on this earlier tonight, and then I thought I'd finish it off now. And that's just the side view of the Stream Deck. And depending on how high they want it off the table, these heights will change. So I was just gonna, I don't think there's a dimension tool in this at all. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Let's jump to the other screen. They've been asking for it for a while, but it doesn't look like they've done it yet. Rats. All right. Let's go. Let's do them by hand. Not the first time. So we'll just do. What if I don't do it that way? What if I turn on? Where is that? It's over here. Turn on snapping, and that'll help. That's what I want. Point is probably fine. Put a wide angle on there. We'll just be drawing them like I did when I was in high school. Come on. Turn off the angle on that one. Be the dimension line. And so I don't fail drafting. I'll take it back to 1 point. So gravity did not win this time, Ross. Is that true? We don't want gravity to win again. Hey there, Michael. How are you tonight? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, that's a Twitch thing that you lose the chat when you change devices. Also, when you refresh the screen, if the feed gets a little bit wonky and you refresh it, you lose the chat. That's just the way Twitch is. And I don't know if it's by design, but I kind of think it might have been. Because like in YouTube, you can jump in and out. You can come in 2 hours, well, an hour late at least, a while late, and scroll back a fair distance on the chat, right, and see what you've missed and see who's been there and everything else. But on Twitch, you can't. So I think that's their way of encouraging people to be there all the time and not leave, is that if you leave and refresh and come back, you're out of luck. So another thing I have to turn off is two-factor authentication on Twitch because it sucks ass. Every time I close the browser and I go back to Twitch, I have to re-authenticate. 30 days, my ass. It's not even 30 seconds if you close the browser. So, and I've been in reboot mode with this Mac quite a bit since I upgraded it. I find Big Sur is just crap. I hate it. It's not. It's way too much work. But what can you do? This is where my brain has to remember where stuff is. Rotate. There's a flip somewhere. Transform. There it is. NLTMW everywhere. YouTube.com/NLTMW. One thing I got right so far is, except I think there's an underscore on Twitch or something in there, but yeah, you can't do that anymore either. That's probably a security thing. Because nobody goes back, that creators don't go back and check the chats on their old streams on anywhere, probably, especially on Twitch. because they time out after a couple of weeks, don't they, and just go away. So nobody ever goes back and looks at them. Yeah, free is always good. But I still think of Twitch mostly as gaming. Some people say it's better for streaming, and I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent. I think mostly you got to go either where your audience is or where you want your new audience to be, depending on what your goals are. I don't have goals to grow this into a job or anything. I can say that because I still have a day job. But, you know, I don't have any plans for that at this point. So monetization is not important to me. So I mean, the main reason to go to Twitch for most people is to be able to monetize and get bits and all that stuff. And I'm not playing that game right now. My thing now is just to just get some of my projects done. So there you go. See? Yeah. No, it's kind of weird. Like somebody tested Facebook the other night. I think it was John. You do it, tested it to make sure because I'm currently broadcasting to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and I just set up a Facebook page for my account back at the beginning of the month for this beta thing, just so that I could stream it there too. And yeah, I guess it works. John went and sent a comment from there. So, but I don't promote any of this or anything. I think I've only mentioned it on Twitch a couple of times because I'm just trying to get back into things a little bit and use use StreamYard a bit more. If I keep paying for it, I should use it. So, can you do that? That's right, it'll work. Rats. On the wrong one. Yep, that's it for me. I found it. Seems I haven't really streamed much in the last year. I left it to everybody else for a while, the ones who were trying to make money because they were out of work and things like that. And I just wasn't in the right mood for most of last year. And this seemed like a good time to get back into things. And so far it's been fun. And I haven't run into any idiots yet, so that's good. It's kind of like a badge of honor to get trolled, but not encouraging you. It's Eddie's job. He's going, what? Be a lot easier if they had a tool for this, but it is a drawing program, though. After all, not a CAD program. Turn snapping back on just to make my life a little bit easier. Mark that off screen. Yeah, that's the reason I don't really, not looking to. Yeah. This is true. Eddie is the best troll ever. He's a good troll. Like a white hat troll. There you go. Ruined your cover again. Yeah, if I was gonna do serious streaming on all the multiple platforms, you really have to have mods on each of the platforms to keep things safe. Like, you know, and Facebook would probably be the worst place for that, for the potential, because it's so public. So I think I've got several on YouTube. I can't see who's a mod here. I'd have to go to YouTube and check, but it and maybe on Twitch. I can't remember. I think my kid is one on Twitch, but he's not here today, I don't think. He would have said something if he was here. When I think about it more, this will probably be H1 over here. Yes. Yes, it is. It is interesting and a challenge some nights to. He's streaming tomorrow, isn't he? Do you know what? Does he said what time he's doing his stuff tomorrow? Or make sure that I'm awake for that. I don't know if he said what time he's doing his stuff tomorrow. Yeah. The worst one for Joel, the hardest one you had to stay on top of things was when he had Naomi and his daughter on the same stream. That was just, people are just rude. That's all there is to it. It all comes with time. It all comes with time. On the stream we're talking about, Joel's got what? 400,000? I don't know. Is it 400,000 followers he's got on YouTube? Subs on YouTube? Something like that. I'd have to go look. But he has, because when he's doing his giveaways and stuff, where he's got someone on that they really want to see, there's, over 1,000 people in chat, and it just flies past, and you got to stay on top of them and keep the obscenities, and it's a family friendly stream, so he tries to make it anyways. This is just the sheet to Builder's Mark. Sorry. Hello, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, this is the sheet for a friend of mine that wants me to make him a stand for his Stream Deck XL. And I need the measurements of what angle he wants. So trying to say that it's a 32-degree angle is just a pain in the ass for somebody to measure. It's easier for him to set it down on the desk, stack it up on erasers, rocks, pennies, whatever he wants to get it to the angle that he wants and the height that he wants, and then just take the measurement at the front and the back, and I'll do the rest. And we should get really close on that. So that's kind of, so this is the sheet for him to say, if you want it kind of flat, give me these two. If you want it tilted, back tilted, because he's trying to get glare off the screen, then it was, hey, well, just give me the reverse measurements, and then normal, like mine is up like this and up in the air even. So this is just for that. The stand will be something like this, which is the one that we worked on in an earlier stream. And are they magnets that they go with? No, they're still somewhere else. Anyways, this is the why do I not have a thing for those? This stand is, yeah, but you gotta, not everybody has a protractor and not everybody is tech enough to work out all those angles. So it'll end up being a stand sort of like this. This one's high enough to get it above the back of my keyboard, and then at an angle that's comfortable for my eyes and that to use it, and it fits perfect. And then I just got to put we put the little slots in it tonight so I can slide magnets in, because the feet on the back of the Stream Deck XL are magnetic or steel, one or the other, but anyways, they clip in with a magnet. So I've got it so I can put magnets in to take care of that. So that's the plan for that anyways. So yes, I bet it can get crazy every time. And yes, Eddie's really right here. Sid is Joel's daughter. She's teenager age. And it's just sad, some of the things people say. And Joel tries to keep his streams as family friendly as possible. So, because he has a lot of kids that watch his stuff. So, yeah, it's a challenge. 80 to 100's okay. Eddie might remember how many were on the night that he did the thousands of dollars of giveaway stuff. It was nuts. Yeah, I figured I wanted it to still have the magnetic feet to snap in. That was it's important to me to do that. I could just let it sit there. Gravity's going to do the job, but at least if it's clipped in, it makes it a little bit better. So yeah, there was some people, 1,800 plus that night at the peak. Yeah, it was a night that Naomi and her were on, and people were there was the ones that don't like Naomi that were saying things repeatedly, and they got timed out a lot. And we know some of them. And then there was others that were trying to find out info about Joel's daughter, and it was just creepy as all shit. It was nuts. Yep. I think it's okay to say whatever they want and they don't think, or they just don't care or whatever. But they weren't getting away with it. There was enough of us there to mod it and keep track of it all. Yeah, it was a challenge to keep that one clean, that's for sure. And to try and read between the lines of what some people were saying and block them too. Because they'd say one thing and be like, yeah, all right, we'll let that go. And then the next line was like, nope, you're done. Goodbye. And then we were tripping over each other. A lot of times by the time I'd click it and move over to the right to block them, somebody else had already done it. It was fun. Because there's usually at least 4 or 6 of us in there. Keep track of things. And you kind of, I don't know, to me anyways, I don't want Joel to see that stuff while he's on stream because, I don't want it to affect the show or anything. So, but anyway, so that's what this sheet is for, is just for my friend Michael to take measurements and send me those, and then I'll make him a stand and we'll try it and see how it works. I know he wants one that's back like this. I'll probably make him 2 or 3 different settings, but I know he wants one that's like that, that's angled backs, because he has it sitting when he's doing demonstrations of it. The keys are so shiny that the lights bounce back up, to the camera, and it's washed out. You can't see which keys he's hitting. So with the glare, so hopefully this week I'll get him to send me these measurements, and I'll make him one up to test, and we'll see how it goes. I always got to remember what program I'm in. I'm doing this. And I know they all say H1. I'm going to change the other one to H2 on the right-hand side. Thought of that afterwards. Yes, innuendo was a nice way to put some of the things they said. Like the one that kept asking her where she played baseball or something. It's like, no, please don't mention that. And I was hoping she wouldn't see it and just tell him. She might not have thought anything of it. I don't know, But the Spidey alert, creeper alert was going full blast on that one. So it was a interesting study of some of the people that I don't think I knew that guy. He wasn't a regular or anything, but because I would have had to have a talk with him at that point if I knew the guy. But I have timed out people I know there. When you break the basic rules, you lose. I don't care who you are. Yeah, yes. And I don't know if I've told this story, not in a while anyways. One night on Twitch over a year ago, I was watching the guy playing a game, and he stopped playing and apologized quickly. And whatever level in Twitch land he is, partner or whatever, he was able to get the guy's address, his street address, track the guy's IP. I mean, I don't think the kid was smart enough to be hiding himself digitally. And he had the kid blocked and had a report in through Twitch to a proper legal type of report on the guy, and had him kicked out and had it down to his street address in a few minutes, like not very long. And then he went back to playing the game, but he was pretty mad. Whatever the guy said, I didn't see it. It was hidden before I'd seen it. And yeah, so they've got some serious shit on Twitch to find people, because it seemed like it was part of the Twitch, partner or whatever. and he was I only knew him because he was on TwitchCon on the stage one time. So, he's in my list of people to follow. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the one that I had to time out that I remember, he was just promoting his shit on the channel, and that's just not the right thing to do. It's not the place for that. And I timed him out, and then he came back with another account. It's like, dumbass. So I blocked him again and sent him a DM on Twitter and said, smarten the F up. So you got to play games on Twitch. It's what it's best at, really. Their system is definitely still very game-centric, 99.7% of the time. It's hard to be found for anything else there. So a couple more minutes here to change these, and this will be off my to-do list. So that should do it. Way easier than angles. They can all use a ruler. Yep, that too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, those of us that have been in the 3D printing community for a while kind of watched everybody go through that stage, right? And after a while, there's, they aren't really celebrities the same as they were 5 years ago, I guess. I don't know. It's just different. And that's the other thing you got to watch, is that there are cultural differences in the way people talk and the way they think, and that you have to be aware of, but you don't have to accept it, I guess, is the way I kind of look at it. Like, there's just basic rules to me of being on the internet, being in a chat in a live situation, is I try not to say things that I wouldn't say in a room full of people, whether I knew them or not, out loud. And everybody's got a slightly different bent moral compass, I guess. And sometimes they become brightly illuminated in a chat. So I don't really know. Because if you're on an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC, you can, on the Xbox and the PlayStation, I believe you can go straight to Twitch. I haven't done it in a long time that way. But I'm not sure if you can do it from an iPad, if there's an option. You'd have to look into it. I'm not sure. I know I want to try it with StreamYard, and one of my things I want to try is 2-player with my youngest son, playing the same game through StreamYard, so we can bring up comments and everything and streaming to both our Twitch channels at the same time, kind of thing, just to try it and see if it works. And I just haven't got back to it. We started playing with it one night and haven't got, that was a while, a month or two ago now. Need to get back to it. Well, yeah, and you never know who is watching, right? Like, not everybody's talking in a public chat. Right now there's 3 of us that have talked in the last 15 minutes, 4 of us in the last 15 minutes. But the screen shows 8 people watching. Well, I don't know who the other 4 are. And, I don't want to say anything that's going to offend them. And I don't want to say anything that they're going to say, well, you said this. I'm like, well, you have to be kind of careful. Yeah, that's where I got started, was playing games with my kids too when they were youngins. Youngest one was here today. But yeah, you got to be. And I know I've said things that I kind of thought later, it's like, ooh, probably shouldn't have said that. Everybody does that, but some of them just don't learn. Gregory, how are you this evening? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping. So, yeah, like I always say that free is my second favorite F word. And I try to be very aware of the fact that trying not to use that here. Like the person who invents a plugin for OBS, because that's probably the easiest place to do it, that takes the live audio feed, and whenever it hears an F-bomb, it blanks it. I call it Nixoning it, but it just blanks that out for 10 seconds or whatever. That person will be rich because they can charge any price for that and do well. But they that's just that's a thing. Like, you have to be careful, especially when you're on somebody else's stream. I always take it pretty seriously that you kind of have to be careful. And I don't know if it's easier now that I've been home just talking to myself for the last year. When I was at work, it's like it was F's everywhere. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. You just got to be kind of careful and respectful of whoever's channel you're on and what their levels are, And if any of them are trying to get monetized, they better curb that stuff quick, because when they review their channel, it'll be marks against them, because no advertisers want to be on those. So at least not most of the ones that are paying money for ads. Yeah, I try to be respectful. I think that's just adulting. I don't know, professionaling. But yeah, I just try. I mean, it's gonna slip once in a while. And if they break the dam first, then it's game on. I'm good. But yeah, because you were still in there already. If you close the app and go back, you'll lose the chat. If you close it and go back, as long as you keep it open, it'll stay. I know I do that around the house occasionally. I'm flipping between the iPad and the TV in the living room, but I don't type on it in the chat and back here on the computers. So being raised right? What? Are you nuts? But yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And I mean, it's generationally too, right? Like the 40 something and unders are more okay with that than the 60 and up crowd generally. Not totally, but generally. Like I remember the first time I heard my mother use an F-bomb, because we were always super careful when the kids were little and that, because it was pretty common in the house, and always super careful at family gatherings to, everybody watch your mouth, right? And my mom was telling a story one day when the kids were still pretty little, and it was at somebody else that said it. So she's rolled right through it as part of the story. And everybody was like, oh. So it was pretty funny. Yeah, I know. You're just a puppy. I'm ancient, so. Anyways, coming up on midnight here, and I gotta stream again tomorrow. Tomorrow the plan is to do the is it makeblock.com, I think. Anyways, it's a little foot square, roughly, I think. Anyways, laser etcher machine. Looks like it's made out of Meccano. It's like RepRap Central. So it'll be interesting. So I bought it. It was on a discount lightning deal or something. I don't even know. Maybe 2 years ago. I'll look it up before tomorrow. And it's just been sitting there. I just never did anything with it. And so I think I'll start early tomorrow and hopefully in the morning sometime, and then let it run into the afternoon, get it done before the NASCAR event starts, of course, and see when Joel's going to be doing his thing. Yeah, you're probably right there. The 20s and down will say anything. Because it's more of the common speak now than it was when I was 20. You know, it's just the way it is. Oh man, I know the first time my mom did it was funny. It was, I'll bet you my kids still remember that. I'll have to ask them, because I'm sure they still remember it. I don't remember exactly what event it was at. It was Christmas or birthdays or something. And it was like, wow. No problem. I'll be on for the next 6 days for sure, at least. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I guess late night here is good because it's midday for you. It makes it easier. Get Michael to do his streams at this time of night. There'd only be you and me and him in there, though. Yeah, that's the thing. Get a little bit of sleep in between and get ready for the next round tomorrow. Yep, that's right, MJ. Everybody has to push the boundaries and see what they can get away with. Just the way it goes. So thanks everyone for stopping in. We had good chat, and I got a couple of things done on my project list here. I'll print that stand for the coasters. I might start it tonight. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll have to see. Probably should watch it, make sure it sticks to the bed at the edges. So maybe I'll start it tomorrow. Anyways, should do it and get it done, and we'll see how it turns out, and I'll post pictures somewhere. And thanks, Gregory. I'm trying. Just try and keep it casual. No big plan or anything usually. We'll see how tomorrow goes. It'll be a longer one. Probably be looking for people to jump in on the one tomorrow, because I'll be spending more time concentrating and trying to follow the lack of instructions for this orphan print or laser kit that I've got. When I first got it, all the links were broken. You couldn't find out how to assemble the damn thing. It's like they had a QR code and it went nowhere. It's like, thanks. And now it's working again, so I've got that marked. So we'll see how everything goes with that. Should be an interesting adventure tomorrow. I don't know how far we'll get, but until we run out of parts, probably. But anyways, thanks for coming out, everyone. Remember to be safe and never let the machines win.